Us once again. I'm Graham Dodge, Executive Director of Magic, our community sponsor. And also thank you to Furnace Hills Coffee for providing us our coffee this morning, and to Jeannie Bird Baking Company for providing us the butter horns, bacon cheddar scones, and I think it's a chocolate chip scone or a currant scone, I'm not sure. All delicious. So if you want to partake in the treats here, you have to come on out just like some other people here today. So, and let's see, and if you are virtual, you can still go on to furnacehillscoffee.com to take advantage of the special discount for 25% off your entire order. That's with the discount code 1MC Westminster. I'm going to throw it over to Val Givignoni, one of our fellow organizers, who is going to tell you more about our mission statement and everything. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So the mission here is to lower the barrier for access to education, resources. I guess I could look here, connections for entrepreneurs. So we work together to make those connections. There are core pillars of our program that ensure that our mission is accomplished. And those are that we do presentations, not pitches. We're here to share and to gather information from others, not necessarily sell to your neighbor. Connection, not networking, same sort of idea there. And we are for the community, by the community. All of our people here come from the community, and we are looking to make our community a better place. Nobody owns 1MC Westminster. Nobody's paid to do 1MC Westminster, and we are radically and intentionally inclusive, as you will see today, as we go from love to fog computing. Try to make a connection there. Okay, our core program design, we meet every Wednesday. Now that we're able to meet in person, we're here at Startup Portal in Westminster, also online. 2 presenters when possible. The organizations, we try to make sure they are 5 years old or younger, and of course willing to ask for help. We always end with, what can our community do to help you? This is our organizing team, and I think you see them every week. And, well, that's it. That's it. So, that being said, who are we starting with today?
Let's go first.
Dirigible.
Dirigible?
Okay, awesome. Awesome. I thought there was a slide after that. Who are you used to? Okay.
All right, good morning, everyone, present and on Facebook.
Let's get rid of that. If you first hit gather windows, are you able to do that?
Yeah, it's like the arrow disappears behind it.
Oh my.
Well, need help?
There we go. Okay. So my name is Julius Knapp. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Dirigible Systems. Off camera is the rest of my team, Chris Mello and Tiffany Crump. We are Westminster's premier fog and edge computing company. We first gave this presentation to 1MC about 9 months ago now, so this is going to be a little bit more of an update from where we left off last time, with a specific use case that we're trying to address. So the problem we've found talking to people around the community is that agricultural producers and manufacturers really lack the data they need to be able to make informed decisions. This leads to crop loss or just lost revenue, and some of the existing solutions and systems that are available on the market already are too expensive or just too restrictive. So some of the things we've heard, deer are very present in our community, and they cost one person $400,000 in crop damage. The water situation right now is there are a lot of water restrictions, and that's having a very pronounced effect on the farmers in our community. But even outside of the farm, some of the people in greenhouses or food manufacturers, they're losing money when they have a sensor in their refrigerator that fails, and all of the material the food items, are just lost. They have to just throw it out. And staying on with the greenhouses, it's really difficult for them to get the temperature just right in the greenhouse to maximize the growth. So how do we fix this? We need to lower the cost of those existing systems. We want to provide an open platform so system providers can connect to the computing resources they need just wherever they are. They just show up on site, they connect to whatever infrastructure we have available, and go. Another thing we found talking to a lot of the farmers in our communities, they all talk to each other. So we really want to make sure that they have some ability to collaborate with one another. So, as I mentioned, we have a low-cost computing platform which we install on site. We have sensors and actuators that we can select for the application. So if they're trying to monitor the temperature, we have temperature sensors that we can connect to our infrastructure, water sensors to make sure that they're being efficient with their water usage, that kind of thing. And we distribute the units every few kilometers. If it's a large farm or a greenhouse, we distribute these units so that they can provide full coverage to whatever system those people might have in place. So we can lease the equipment to end users. We install it on site. It's about $100 per unit per month. We have a 36-month term. And for system providers, we offer infrastructure as a service to them. So like I said, they just show up on site, they can connect to what we have available for them and go. Just some quick information about the market. This is the fog computing market as a whole. They've actually increased their CAGR since the last time the compound aggregate growth rate since the last time we talked to 55.4%. It's now expected at that pace it'll be more than $1 billion market in 5 years. And then the specific agricultural Internet of Things market is expected to be more than $48 billion by 2025 with a CAGR of 14.7. So there's just some quick information about our company and the market. Just to, as I said, want to give an update to where we left off with our last presentation. So we were awarded a multi-year contract with the DoD to provide fog and edge computing software services. We were a finalist at the Carroll Biz Challenge last year, which we were enormously proud of. Didn't win. We lost to Willett Family Farms, quick plug. They were a great, great candidate to win that. We have 3 private customers who are helping us to bootstrap and also trial our service. We presented at the Autonomous Corridor ribbon cutting. Another great experience, had a great time. Hope to keep doing stuff like that. And we're continuing to support Magic's Healthy Smart Home project. And we just on Monday completed the TEDCO I-Core Module 1. And we're hoping to complete Module 2 soon. So as I mentioned, as part of the TEDCO I-Core program, we're out talking to potential customers who want to provide some input to us as we start to develop our next generation fog and edge computing platform. We're looking to connect with partners who want to pursue R&D grants. And as I mentioned, we're participating in TEDCO I-Core Module 2. And that's all I have. So with that, any questions?
Great job. Thanks, Julius. So you guys have come a long way since last year. Yeah, questions. Go ahead, Tina, from Instant Love Project.
It's very interesting since Carroll County is an ag-centered type county.
Yes.
The whole thought of being able to use technology to help the farmers. Curious, I know you said that you have the boxes and they deploy at $100 per month. Mm-hmm. And so what how many boxes does a typical farmer need to help him with his data gathering to be able to take advantage of the cloud?
So it's a difficult question to answer because it really depends on what the terrain looks like, what specific problem they're trying to solve. But we expect one box to be able to broadcast up to maybe 1 kilometer. So however many we need to be able to cover that area. If there's a lot of hills and things in the way, then we might need to be more dense than that. For some applications, like we've talked to people who have smart robots to do soil sampling, things like that. If they have a lot of those robots on site, then we may need to have more units to be able to connect with all of those. So it really kind of depends, and I wish I could give a better answer than that, but.
That makes sense. And then there's a follow-up question. The term, 36 months, is that typical of we need to collect data, we need to get a better picture of how our operation's running and where we're having losses and how we can enhance that? Is that time frame typical of, okay, we're just going to do this for 36 months and then thank you for that and maybe we'll do it again in a couple of years, or how is that the way it works?
If that's what they want to do, then yeah, we're accepting of that. I think in the technology space, things move really fast, right? And we want to make sure that we can offer the most up-to-date service with the whatever performance they need to be able to completely capture and solve their problem. So 36 months is really dictated more by just the refresh cycle for that.
Any other questions? And also, for anyone who's on Facebook Live, feel free to add questions to the comments section. We'll read them out loud for you. I just want to note your nice shirt that you've got dirigible shirts now. That's another update. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Carl from DDT.
Two questions. One on the, can you tell us about your experience on the I-Core, the TEDCO I-Core, and how you like that and what you're doing with it?
So we thought it was hugely helpful, just learning the process, going, and it really forces you to go out and talk to your potential customers. We've had a lot of informal conversations, and this was just kind of the thing I think we needed to formalize that process.
Do they help you with coming up with how you talk to them, or frame what questions, or how to converse with potential customers? Yeah,
no, absolutely. They, it's a very, scientific, lean approach to being a business, a startup specifically, and so yeah, they coach you in how to have those conversations without biasing your customers or talking too much about your solution.
Okay, great. My second question was that you see a lot of the big companies, the Verizons, the Amazons, the DoD contractors, Lockheed's, all of those, all talk about fog, edge, all that stuff. How do you set yourself apart from those people, those big corporations that are pushing stuff?
So some of the competitors in this space, there's the three big ones. There's Amazon, Google, Microsoft. They all have edge solutions. It's really like a small rack of equipment that they would set up inside I don't want to say a data center, but it's typically a climate controlled environment where they know all the variables. This solution is smaller. It's a smaller size box that we can set up really anywhere, even outside. We can certainly put it in a closet or someplace climate controlled if that's available to us, but it's not intended to be restricted in that way.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, thanks.
Eric,
Are you presently working with farmers in the county?
We're having those discussions. We had a lot of discussions as part of the ICOR program. And we've talked to a few even prior to that. We're really trying to get a better sense of the specific problems they're trying to solve right now. I mentioned the water resources. That's a big one we've heard a lot, and the deer being very, very prevalent.
Okay. Are some of them open to your solutions?
So we haven't, as part of the ICOR program, you're not supposed to pitch,
Right.
So we're really just trying to get an idea.
Okay.
So no, we haven't tried to sell anything yet.
Okay.
And yeah, there are a few who really just want to just get their hands dirty, and that's fine. But there's a number who they want to be able to solve these problems. They just can't. They don't know how to. What are the specific data points they need to know when they're being successful?
Right.
And that's what I think we're trying to.
Yeah. I mean, for generations, it was the farmer's almanac, and then this is like we're going to go to the moon.
Right.
So.
I mean, certainly some of the farmers and different people I've met, they're some of the smartest people that you can ever hope to meet. They follow markets, they stay up on technology, they're really trying to be on the edge of this. So those people I think would really benefit.
Mark Weinberg?
Oh, Val's been waiting long.
Oh, Val, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just wondering if you could explain your logo.
Oh, so dirigible is just a synonym for an airship. So, or like the Goodyear blimp.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's really just ties.
Well, I thought it was a blimp, but I was confused. So cool.
Yeah.
Mark, go ahead.
Hey, Joyce. I was curious if in these conversations, it's becoming more apparent to you that you may need to invest in like proactive solutions. Spitballing, like, I don't know, like IoT-enabled deer whistles, right, that activate, or like IoT-enabled pumps that, rally water to drier areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's something that's definitely been in our mind as we talk to some of these people. Like the person who mentioned the deer, he hadn't even really thought of that as an option. These the deer horns and stuff like that. But yeah, that's something we're keeping in mind.
So what kind of an internet connection do these farms need to have? I mean, because I would think some farms might be working off like satellite type situations.
Absolutely, yeah. So we can produce a mesh network to connect back to some internet backhaul. Ting or fiber would be fantastic, but in the absence of that, then there's wireless.
Yeah, I think that based on the comments or the questions, it's worth noting that I think it was Steve Jobs who famously said that customers don't know what they want until you show it to them, or some variation of that. And really, what he meant is that it was in the context that sometimes the technology, like you may have expertise in a certain technology, like he did, for a certain pain point or problem that other people are experiencing, but they're not aware of how that other technology that exists could actually be applied to that problem. And so that's why I think the farmers hadn't considered IoT and fog computing as solutions to deer or water issues. And I think this is like that perfect marriage, another great example of how they won't know that that's a solution until you create it for them or show it to them.
And some of the things just to kind of build on that, we talked to some system providers like these people I mentioned earlier who can do autonomous soil sampling. In their unit, they have to build in the processing capacity on the unit, which leaves less space for sensors and the other things they need just to be able to perform their function. So if we can offer a solution where they can build in more sensors, or then the cost of their unit and their service becomes lower, which translates into more opportunities for farmers.
Well, and just off the top of my head, I mean, I think I already introduced you to Kick Robotics, right?
Mhm.
With their soil sampling thing that they're doing they got the grant through TEDCO. I think that's a good partnership. And then you already know Lee Bobs from IoT International.
Yep.
And he's, if you haven't talked to him yet, I would interview him.
Yeah.
About this as a potential partner as well.
Yeah. Well, Lee, if you're out there, the offer is open. I will send you an email.
IoT International, for those who don't know, they're a partner in the Healthy Smart Home project too, that Dirigible's a partner in, and they have expertise in managing IoT sensors for like public utilities and stuff. Any other questions for Julius before we move on? Mark, follow-up question?
Yeah, I think we discussed this back in October, but how robust is like sort of the security protocols that prevent intrusion in this apparatus?
So, in a sense, it's comparable to cloud, but it's more distributed. We can isolate when we detect that there's an intrusion or an issue with the unit, we can isolate that without really losing coverage. Is that kind of what you're talking about, or is there?
No, that makes sense.
And if there's no other questions, then what can we as a community do for you?
So we're looking to have more conversations. We had, like I said, we had a great time doing iCar, and we really want to continue doing that. We really feel that we can produce the best product by talking to as many people as we can. Even if you're not necessarily in this space, we would still very much love to try and talk to you.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Julius. All right. Up next, the Infinite Love Project. Another update from our inaugural 1 Million Cups presentations back in October. So I'm just going to end screen sharing. You're going to take over, right?
Wait, it's supposed to work. Let's see who wants to cooperate.
Yeah. Well, we may see television for a moment.
So I think that's down here.
How do we get the bottom?
I think it goes away. There you go.
Yes.
All right.
It magically disappears.
Magic.
I love it. It's like magic, yeah.
Wait, Tina and Eric from Infinite Love Project.
And we have props.
Excellent. Yeah, props.
We brought our starting lineup.
Well, that's a secret one, huh?
That's the surprise. What's going on here? Let me find our presentation so we know what we're talking about. There we go. And we have a timer here because we're just going to talk on.
You ready? Okay. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having us. I'm Eric.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Infinite Love Project. We are spreading kindness one heart and one sign at a time.
Our SIVA is that we believe that kindness, we want to make the world a place for kinder people, where kind and empathy is valued, talked about, spread through our art. Art, hearts, signs, shirts, stickers, and of course dialogue.
Yes.
Yes, if I could talk.
What we really produce and what we really create is positive, memorable moments. when you have a pocket full of hearts and you reach in, you see someone's not having a good day, or you want to thank somebody, and you say, I'm with the Infinite Love Project, I just want to give you some infinite love today. The interaction, the positive spark that happens, sometimes it snaps them right out of their negative drone, oh my gosh, I have to get through the day, and gets them back into oh, hey, I get to go through the day, kind of an attitude. Same with the signs. So people will say that they see the signs around town, and it snaps them out of their mood. It makes them smile, and people are.
It's just a positive reminder for us all, including ourselves, to
Yes.
To be kind to ourselves, our housemates, and our neighbors, and the wife, and
take it on the road.
take that stuff on the road.
So connecting kind and empathetic people is what the movement is about. We've received a lot of feedback that many people felt the divisiveness of 4 years, and then the shutdown, they felt isolated, and that it's a positive connector. It's helping people feel like they're not alone in trying to navigate through their day.
And then this night was right before the pandemic hit, like first generation signs. We placed the signs all around the stage, and Tally Ho Theater in Leesburg.
Yes.
And Sonny, the lead singer, handed them out to the people at the end of the concert, and people are dancing around behind signs. And we're trying to, that's like these video moments we're trying to capture. That's one of the things we talk about.
Yeah, that's one of the things. So they are positive reminders. We have our fabulous Val here. She was the very first early adopter with a yard sign. So we did make the Carroll County Times. I did a story about us, Lindy. Thank her for that. And people have been, sponsoring signs. We made it onto
The Gordon Ramsay show.
Gordon Ramsay show.
That was on Main Street, Elgin City.
So yeah, people are displaying and finding them, and it's inspiring to them. So we appreciate that.
And this just kind of shows our home workshop, working out of working out of a 100-year-old townhouse. So
we're running out of space.
We're running out of space quickly.
The main people that we're working with right now, we do have an e-commerce presence. We thankfully, I did have a website up before the pandemic hit. So because our business model was initially, we were going to music venues and festivals, thinking, we'll sell the hearts and signs there. But then the shutdown happened. So the e-commerce thing was our saving grace initially during the shutdown. But then farmers markets happened. And so everything for a reason. The universe said, you get to, spread kindness through the farmers markets. And that helped us understand that he made the crayons to reach the kids. And that key component was very reachable through the farmers markets. So we're collaborating with everybody that we can. HOAs, there are people in the HOAs who are actually putting together packets for their communities to buy into. Let's make our community a kind community with the signs.
And pay us to go to their neighborhoods to install the signs.
Yeah.
So
yes, it's amazing. We're humbled.
Yeah.
So we went global. We've been told that our signs have been shipped to as far away as Saudi Arabia across the world.
And this is our buddy Sam Price. He plays in a couple bands in New Orleans, and our artwork is hanging in the French Quarter, which is pretty darn cool. We've waypointed every single one, and
It's time for the radio.
So this is just a few of the installations. Westminster, and then this is the 27 down to Germantown, Little Virginia, Solomon's Island. They go all the way to Ocean City. That's Cambridge, Bay Bridge, and then Baltimore. So, and Westminster, it's so compressed that they're on top of each other. There's probably 50 in town.
So you're welcome to study this after a presentation. But this is something that Eric put together because he would tell people there, here, there, and everywhere. People say, I see them all around, how far do they go? So we put together the waypoint map to help people understand that.
And what we're really finding is that, especially during the pandemic, kind of empathetic people just want to shut out the world. There's nothing but hate out there. I'm going to go home and just cook my TV dinner and go to bed. And we know there's more kind people than the angry people are just louder. So,
It's helping us
and connect, and the amount of organizations that doing similar things or want to collaborate, and it's just humbling.
It is. We're
so.
grateful. It has become the business of giving. We are an LLC, and we've hired a CFO. We have a bookkeeper. We have an attorney.
John Wheatman, quick plug.
Yes. Part of the 1 Million Cups community as well. Our CFO is Rick here at Startup Portal. And we are working with Scott Singleton from Burke to hire our first assistants. And we're humbled and amazed that we get to go on this journey of making kindness a business to help spread the message.
Half the city council has bought signs from us.
Oh, Westminster City?
The mayor just bought one of the Grateful Patriots to mail to a relative.
So what we're trying to do is build the vision, utilize technology, and we need assistance with that. Collaborate and keep it genuine. It's a message that it's not our message. We're just a conduit with Eric's art.
And we're real excited. Tomorrow and Friday at the Girls and Boys Club, they've bought 100 of the Paint Your Own.
So that each kid
just
gets
begging for color. This is McDaniel College of the Paint Your Own night, and just make it your own. Take it home, and we hope these kids will create a family heirloom that their kids will fight over 60 years from now. I want Meemaw's Be Kind sign. So.
I love that. Yeah, and the biggest thing is, as a part of the Ready to Paint, Paint Your Own event, we're trying to help people, especially kids, understand that there are no mistakes. There are just things that are trying to help teach you something. So be patient with yourself. Each work of art is unique, and so on the back of the sign, it also states that the sign encourages us to be patient and kind to others and to ourselves. And we thank them for preserving the heart as they create, so that they can become a part of the Infinite Love Project and keep it going. So
We do that all the time.
we're excited. I don't know. I forgot to set a timer.
I know.
It's okay.
Okay.
So when it comes to 1 Million Cubs, what can the community do for us? This is where our dialogue is needed, because right now the waypoints, we're talking to companies about creating a Pokemon Go type game with the waypoints. We have people coming to us saying, yeah, my daughter has the advantage when I'm driving, because if we see a sign and it's this type or it's this type, we get so many points, but she has more time to look because I'm driving. And so it's becoming a thing already. So we want to help promote that, perpetuate that, have the fun of the kindness initiative. And then also I would like to add the component of, by the way, this sign is in this location because there are also people in this location who are trying to help the community. And if you weren't aware of them, like the Boys and Girls Club or like the Mission or other locations near a sign, be aware of who's doing good in your community, and maybe you can help them out somehow. So making that connection even more dynamic. So that's the app development. E-commerce redesign. Yes, I only know enough to have it up there and people communicate with us. So we definitely need a redesign. Licensing concepts, we're working with John Wheatman, but the whole licensing aspect of the Infinite Love Heart that we're trademarking, that's new territory to us. So if anyone else has experience in that, our location, we need more space. So I'm thinking residential with the commercial component, with the commercial special exception would be awesome. Material sourcing, where we get the wood, the paint, all of that fun stuff.
Yeah,
We need
can
time for
somebody
review.
Look at these lumber prices, please. I mean, like the price of a sheet of plywood has literally tripled since we started this.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So the production process, we just, at this point, we're getting ready to hire some assistants so we can have time to look at all of that. Because we're kind of, tweaking on the fly,
Yeah.
but who knows if we actually, get to take 30,000 foot level
Right,
look.
and where it makes sense to vend and where it doesn't, but we really do see the paint your own events as a when they're buying 80, 100 of them at a time, it's like, thank you very much, may I have another.
Yes, yes. And social media marketing, we're working with McDaniel College. We had a social media intern who graduated. So now we're working on social media marketing through the college, assistance there, hopefully. But if anybody else has any ideas in that regard, it's sorely needed. We do have a TikTok, but we only have one video on it. Sponsorship modeling, all new territory for us. Video development. We need a kindness cam. I have a couple of cameras.
Explain them what that is. So many people have approached us to I saw a sign and this and that, and I'm having a bad day, or when you give them a heart, like really genuine interactions. Okay, but then how do you turn to this complete stranger and go, oh, by the way, I was videoing all this, and not be so creepy? So that's kind of where
so how to do the candid camera kindness cam, where they already know, like some kind of sign that says kindness cam, and then it's there, and so that they're aware.
I mean, we thought of just like a festival type situation. What does kindness mean to you? And give us a 15-second answer and a little montage of that on YouTube. We think would just be beautiful.
And so after video development, this is all in alphabetical order of vehicle. We currently have a 16-year-old Ford F-150 that can drive itself now.
Player. Thank you.
So helping us with transportation.
Can't get them in the motorcycle bags?
Now, I can get the small fries in the motorcycle bags. But yeah, so we have shirts that were, as far as putting our infinite love heart on everything, that's kind of just the umbrella connectors, the Infinite Love Project, to the Be Kind signs, which have the Infinite Love Heart. It's the underlying connector is the Infinite Love Heart. The Be Kind signs is a huge vehicle for positivity, and that's what people have been gravitating to. But we also, for instance, have been putting our the Be Kind on and the heart on stickers. We have decals, but of course we also have Be Kind decals. And people just and bumper stickers, yeah. And people just keep asking us, oh, can you do this, or oh, can you do that? We appreciate those collaborations, but from a business standpoint, from a 1 Million Cups business standpoint, if anybody has any recommendations on how to keep shiny objects that keep coming to us going, oh, can you do this? How to prioritize things and what to think of next. That's kind of where we are. So, yeah. Thank you. Yes, we're 1 million cups up.
Yes.
Thank you very much. How are we doing on time? What time is it? Okay, great. So who here has questions for Tina and Eric? Val?
Is this a full-time thing for you guys, or either of you trying to do something else?
Well, she was unemployed at the beginning of the pandemic, and was basically sat down on a laptop.
Yeah.
I worked construction for 40 years, and I'm done.
So
you know.
you're now like committing full time to.
Yes.
I still take side gigs and that, and I teach yoga. We're both instructors.
Yeah. But yes, so the short answer is yes, we're both
Yes,
full-time on
yes,
this. And we do side gigs.
and
This
it's
isn't our
gone.
side gig, this is our main gig, and we do side gigs.
It's gone from hemorrhaging money to treading water to this thing might fly to where do you want to fly this thing?
Cool.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like wow, like
We're grateful.
Julius.
So great how you guys have grown. I think it's incredible how far you've come just in the last 8
likewise.
months.
Yes.
Second, I'll just say a quick thank you for pointing out Ellicott City as an Ellicott City born and raised. I think it's, the revitalization of that community, I think is something really
We vended at the little market on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
and
yeah. Oh, we love EC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry. Too much coffee.
But lastly, so you mentioned the cost of wood and material and other things that have gone up since the pandemic. Have you considered transitioning to something else, or like how is that affecting your business model?
Well, we did have to raise our prices initially, and the market seemed to bear it. It's how many people go, ooh, versus, oh, I want this. Yeah, hand it over.
And we are
so
seeing
we're
more
okay.
people buying the rectangles, which are less expensive than the crayons. But like we're vending. Like, how much is this? We tell them the price. They're like, okay, do you take Venmo? And
So from a COGS standpoint and pricing strategy standpoint, we're open to recommendations. We do have our startup portal CFO helping us keep an eye on that. I think we're doing okay. We did have to raise prices because of lumber. I don't know that if that is ever going to go back down, but it didn't seem to impact. As a matter of fact, we kind of like sales increased, revenue increased, everything increased after we raised our prices. So
There you go.
helping us keep it afloat, keep the message going.
I see you have the stickers. I'll just say I have a spot here right on my laptop.
Yay! Okay, so when we're vending, every kid gets a
Oh
free
my
Be
God.
Kind sticker.
it is so awesome. A typical a family walking by. Hello, Dad. They're like, huh? It's like, do your kids like stickers? And the head, it's just the word sticker. And I fan them out, and they pick one.
and it's so awesome to see that.
Yeah.
So everyone here at 1 Million Cups is going to get a free sticker today. Because
But you have to
all ages.
you honor your inner kiddo, okay?
Yes.
That's what you got to do.
I know how good I carry my own sticker.
Yay!
That's it.
We have some online comments and questions. Billy Live says, I love y'all. You have my full support. And Rick Leinbach, who you mentioned already, is your CFO now here at Startup Portal. He's not here in the building today, but he's watching, and he says, are you on target for your 2021 revenue goals?
Thank you, Rick. You'll be.
I guess that was a question.
Hopefully you'll be proud to know we are keeping an eye on our numbers monthly with our monthly goals to get to the annual goal.
We have our weekly reveal update,
We have a whiteboard.
We have a dry erase board, yeah.
The short answer is yes. I think we're getting there.
That's great. Well, and I think I'd love to hear you. We've heard Eric talk about his background in construction, but Tina, I don't think people know about your background in business, and I think it's worth mentioning in terms of your business acumen.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I started, and now I'll start to show my age a little bit, but I started with computers back in middle school when I was a geeky kid wanting to go to summer school for computers back when I was learning COBOL and Fortran and BASIC and all of that fun stuff. And so having already computers and a connection to the internet, which is different from the World Wide Web, when the World Wide Web appeared, I went, marketing vehicle, oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. And so I started an internet marketing company and parlayed that and did some gigs were for a couple of different corporations. So I've always had that marketing, spark inside of me to go, oh, this is how we can, help people understand a message. And so then I took a decade and a half off to work in the school system while our kids are going to school. So that helped me understand, business and finance and from a bigger picture standpoint besides the corporate stuff I was doing.
Because the teachers, which are one of our biggest allies.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yes.
the teachers.
I was
support
working in the
us.
school system.
Yeah.
So because when, after I had kids, they were like, Mom, you can't be jet setting all over the country. And I'm like, oh, but it was fun. Okay, I'll do the family thing. So I did the family thing. And I have 2 awesome daughters. And then once my daughters were out of school, the university said, Tina, you get to go back out there. And I was offered a sales and marketing gig that I couldn't turn down. And that was just 2 years before the pandemic. And then you meet a great guy who likes to do art and then woodworking.
And we joke that our talents do not overlap.
They do
like,
not.
like
Yeah.
she tried to do some spray painting and just about
It was all
tears.
over my head. Like, I can't do the spray paint.
And
But I do get to paint the infinities.
yes, and
That's the fun part.
she takes the orders, she hands me the orders, and I go down the basement stairs and I play in the paint and sawdust. So
And I'll come up with the designs for shirts and stickers and stuff like
we
that.
just got a cricket.
And yes.
I love
We
my
got a
cricket.
cricket.
We're
I
able
was-
to do, we
I
have
was
to do
actually-
the custom icons.
I was cutting
So-
those by hand at one
Yeah.
point. But now we have a cricket.
Yay, they're the best.
Yeah,
Yes, so
yeah.
fun.
We're
I
just
love
now we've just scratched the surface of that. So any input with that?
I'll tell you, I
Cricket
learned
uses-
the best stuff about how to use Cricut in Cricut Facebook groups. There's
Mhm.
all kinds of
Oh,
Cricut Facebook groups out there
yeah.
where people provide.
Well, that was part of why I delayed getting one, is because was I going to have time to actually learn how to use it?
Is that like a router? Is that what Cricut is? What's
Yeah.
Cricut?
It's a vinyl cut.
It's
cutter.
vinyl
Oh, okay.
cutter.
It's actually a cutter. You can use different
Yeah.
materials with it.
So, and then the other part of the whole, Tina, you get to go back out there, is that I also can now collaborate with the community. I joined the local Rotary Club, and now I'm president of the Bonds Meadow Rotary, and I'm grateful for that opportunity to connect with people who want to give back to the community in a different way. And with Rotary, then you also have the funds and matching grants components of things that you want to try to accomplish in the community. So I'm grateful for that. Now I have 1 million cups.
I want to talk about kind of service here.
Get to be out there. And yes,
Just
okay,
this morning,
we
got an
just this
email.
morning found out that a nonprofit called Kindness Grows Here out of Crofton, their board of directors approved a fund for Infinite Love Project. So now that people who want to fund a group of Paint Your Owns or fund a community to put signs up can now donate, and it will be a tax deductible donation to be able to spread kindness.
Oh, no.
Great.
Through Kindness Grows Here
Awesome.
and the Infinite Love Project.
It's great.
So we're so grateful for that. Thank you, Kristen.
Any other questions? I have a question about the app development and the waypoints that you talked about.
Yes.
So what do the points get you? Do you have like a redemption program where the points get you like a discount on another Be Kind sign or something like that?
Thank you for that. That's what we're designing. Like,
Okay.
what world does this want to look like?
Well, we're the little square from the armory up to Tony's business and back
The courthouse.
is about a mile, and we'd like to start there, just as a walking or ride your bike app,
As a model.
and we can put one on the back alley by the Girls and Boys Club, and when you pass that, when you find that one, you get a little backstory about what they do, or the Methodist Church was one of our first supporters.
And then from the gaming standpoint, of course, I love that we're going to be talking with you guys about the GG Fest, the Good Game Fest, because then you can help us understand from a gaming world mindset standpoint, what do people want? What do they like to see? What are they used to from a levels standpoint to help make this fun, but also functional?
I mean, I think the waypointing with point redemption is a really great idea for people who want to support the project, and maybe by discovering the waypoints and getting points that you can redeem, like in like a Pokemon Go type of thing, you like capture the Be Kind sign or whatever it is that you do, then you could redeem that for another Be Kind sign, or maybe redeem it for a Be Kind sign that you send to somebody else and perpetuate the infinite love concept, right?
I love it.
So like, I think that would be a really interesting distribution model. And then can people who buy your signs, can they add their own waypoints to the map and like take
We're
a photo?
considering that as well.
Yeah, we need to get that.
Because then the people can write their own stories about why they got the sign, why they put it up, and where they put it up.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and yes. We want to set the structure, the skeleton, the basic, and then absolutely let everybody else help build this.
Like the are you familiar with geocaching?
Yes.
Okay.
I was walking around Westminster doing a geocaching thing, and I found a little park that I didn't even know existed. It was so cool.
So that's kind of the same app. Sounds like the same type of app where you could people could enter the geocache or enter the coordinates and put their own message in there, and maybe have
I
a
like
little
that component.
have a little box or something attached to the signs also, that people, when they find them, can go put a sticker or exchange buttons or something.
Oh, that's an
Is it the geocache you add your name to a message or
right,
something
if
like
you can
that?
find it. Yeah, I couldn't find the box I was looking for. I don't know. Might have been in the building.
Well, and then you can also discover if signs need to be replaced or if they've been removed somehow by encouraging people to participate.
Yes. Oh, well, people are already doing that. Oh my goodness. There was on because we have Facebook and Instagram pages for Be Kind Sign. People will instant message us saying, "Sign down, help!" and so we can go repair a sign.
Catonsville exit in the Beltway. There was a rainbow taken down, but it was just leaned
But someone
against
just
the
took it down,
telephone
put it
pole.
down.
So now there's two. Now there's two rainbows on
Right.
that.
Yeah, that's a
Brought
problem.
a taller ladder.
Premier example of the community. They tend to like,
Yep.
oh, this is our sign. We're proud of this sign.
Oh, are you getting any complaints from the people who own the poles, like BGE, Verizon, those kind of?
No, and actually we're learning about the laws. We're working with the municipalities because it's more a question of maintenance and permit. What's permitted based on the geography. So we're working with the city of Westminster, we're talking to the city of Sykesville, we're talking to a lot of different municipalities to
Pennsylvania's real strict.
understand the laws and make sure we're not.
And mostly, I mean, I know this from the internet world, but the cities don't own the poles. It's Verizon, it's BGE,
Right.
it's the utility
But
companies
they
that own
lease
the
the
poles.
space from the city, and if the municipality is okay with the telephone people.
Good.
The pole
Good.
people are okay.
Yeah.
But
We're
tell them
getting
about the
advice from a couple of different legal places on
Just
that
the
too.
meeting
so-
yesterday in Westminster
Yes,
that you attended.
yes, the economic development.
You're not supposed to talk about that?
Well, it was a public meeting.
That's right.
I got to be a fly on the wall of, and so we're working with the cities.
Yeah,
Good.
they're working to
We're
rewrite
working to figure it
the
out.
rules and regulations, so.
And you've got the data about where all your signs are. If you did like a correlation study to think about, to correlate reduction in crime or other statistics, you might be able to make a case that the presence of your signs improves.
We already have video
outcomes.
testimonial from people saying as they were moving, it was making them feel better about where they were
Oh my
going.
God, yes. A woman that moved from DC to Westminster during the pandemic. You can't meet your neighbors, your coworkers, you can't meet your teacher, your kids' teachers.
Yep.
Very down time for her. It was the signs.
If you can quantify that,
An increased housing values.
Yeah.
Moving to a place that's kind. Would you pay 5% more for a house? I would.
well, the developers and the real estate agents should be putting up your signs throughout their neighborhoods. where they're selling homes.
We have a real estate buddy that gives a sign for every.
Yeah.
That's his gift, yeah.
That's his gift.
That's
Did
awesome.
you have a question, John? Okay.
How are we
I
on
thought I
time?
saw the hand go up.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, we'll wrap it up.
I found the common thread.
What's that?
I found the common thread between Dirigible and Infinite Love.
Oh, yes.
They both, the two gentlemen of the group have their passion tattooed on their forearm.
There we go. Good job.
Yeah.
Excellent. shall I go ahead and put my 1 million cups hat back on?
Sure, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Let me do this real quick. I should have done that initially. So as a part of 1 Million Cups, I want to thank everybody for attending. Thank our host, Startup Portal. Thank our sponsors, Furnace Hills Coffee for the awesome coffee. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You have to come to a meeting to check out this coffee. And then of course Jeannie Bird for all the goodies that, yay, I get to treat myself once a week to that. So that's fun. Yay. And to everyone here who's attending and everybody checking in on Facebook, thank you for joining us. Try to stay connected during the week, and we'll meet again next week. I did not have a chance to take a look and see who's presenting, so what I need to encourage you to do, if you haven't already, is go on to 1millioncups.com or .com/Westminster and sign up for our notifications, so then you'll know who's presenting. And if you have a business, if you're an entrepreneur in Carroll County in Westminster, and you want to start collaborating with people who can help you figure out where to get to the next level, sign up to be a presenter, because it'll help you hone your presentation, help you figure it out. We're here for you. Thank you. Have a great week.